Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I've decided to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street, when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within. Oh, I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. A I don't wanna live a lie. Live a lie. Ooh. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no.
When we fall, yeah, I'll go with you, I'll go with you. If we fall, yeah, I'll go with you, I'll go with you. When we're together, we'll be alright. When we're together, I'll hold you tight. When we're together, we'll be alright. When we're together, we'll be okay. Be okay. Be okay. Be okay. Fall back to me. When we're together, we'll be alright. When we're together. No space for breathing, no space for love. I haven't seen the light since we moved on. Suffocating ivy is growing out of my chest. I'm missing every step on my way through. Can't hold on to what I have. I want to be alive with you, alive with you. No one has hurt me so bad. I'm asking how to start over, to start over.
the pieces that I lost in the lobby. I put you against the wall, you had us body to body. I can't help the way you make me feel, it's so hard to copy. Let's find common ground, meet me in a lost and found, yeah. Dark days turning into dark nights. I hit the strip and spend it all, I'm having hard times. That reminiscing had me looking through the archives. I seen a picture of you looking like the star shines. And you're bright, 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 like the lights on a fight night, night. Love hit me like a mic, mic, mic. You know I'ma get it right, right, right. So stay with me, run away with me. Need like a dope fiend, need dope. Need like a coke fiend, need coke. Even though your heart cold, ski slope. I really hope the song bringing me close.
No one's ever made it longer than a year. Oh no. Counting down the days till you disappear. 'Cause every time they get too close, I try and move away. This time
Should've known better than to trust in love, huh? It's like this whole world keeps on messing it up, yeah. I thought that I could do better if I just believed, yeah. I'm thinking back to when you were in the sweater that you got from me. Oh, now it's so complicated. Why is this suffocating me? I felt elevated when you used to lay with me. Should've known better than to trust in love, huh? It's like this whole world keeps on messing it up, yeah. I thought that I could do better if I just believed, yeah. I'm thinking back to when you were in the sweater that you got from me. Oh, now it's so complicated. Why is this suffocating me? I felt elevated when you used to lay with me.
Got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy, but maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. Darkest memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. Yeah. What's on the other side of inhibition? Ooh, I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so cool.
So, here we go.
Breathing underwater, deeper than the waves, floating like a feather to another day. Breathing underwater, deeper than the
There we go. All right, good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Sunday evening, which means it's the return of the big Tonbridge online pub quiz. And as you can see, we've got a whole new look for you, all pink and blue and pretty and lovely. And I have moved as well. I decided to take back my living room and my dining area, and I've used up one of my spare rooms. So welcome to one of my spare rooms for those of you that have never seen this room, of which none of you have. So good evening. My name is Mark. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, I will be your quiz master tonight. I've been running this quiz for the good people of Tonbridge since lockdown began. So we're going back to mid to late March. I can't remember when it was. So we've done, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 of these. Someone will know. I have no idea. It all came about because I am a presenter professionally, and all of my work went out the window in March, and I had to take something online. We produced something for the world, and that went very well. The quiz went very well, and my dear little sister said, come on, let's do something for the people of Tonbridge, and this is what it is. Now, I know a lot of you have heard that story before, but it's important that people know that it was my sister's idea to do this, and it's turned into a roaring success. So as you can see, a whole new look, and there's some things that you need to know. The feed is over here. This is the live YouTube feed, which you are watching right now. Now, if you cannot see the chat, there are 3 little dots. All you got to do is click on those little dots, and it will just magically appear and open. All you got to do is log in, and you can join in the chat as we play this evening. As you can see, my Auntie Celia is the first one online straight away. Quite impressive, Auntie Celia. I remember the days when you couldn't open the computer, and now look at you. So you and Mark are ready to play. A bit of in-house competition there. Batman and Catwoman are back again. The Vincents are in the planks. Good evening to you. Good to see you for our your granddaughters and my niece's birthday at the weekend, or last week, should I say, last Wednesday. The Batman and Catwoman wishing the Wrens and the Stevens a good quiz tonight. Down below, you can see where you play the game. It is at www.myquiz.com. So you don't play the game on this feed. Some people making that mistake. You do need to go to myquiz.com, and tonight's code is 410513, as you can see. So do that on your phone or on a tablet or something like that, and that will kick you off, and just watch this on your TV or your laptop. That's all you've got to do. Good evening to my brother Matt, who's tuning in. So I've got a feeling, we were touching 250 players for quite a while. And I've got a feeling the numbers are going to drop now because, of course, we are we are sort of easing off, aren't we? I don't like saying easing off because it's not. We shouldn't be relaxing too much. I think we all know that, as we've seen in the last few days, things have gone a little bit crazy. So some people might not be joining in, but we are approaching 90 players. In fact, we've just ticked over onto 90 players. I fully expect to have quite a lot of you playing, but I can see that the number might go down because not everybody is stuck indoors now on a Sunday. Maybe the weather's good. Maybe they want to be outside. I don't know. But do tell people to come and play, because I did just post on Facebook that we get a lot of people after the quiz going, oh, I forgot. Why didn't my friends remind me? Blah, blah, blah. Well, tell them now, because they've got 10 or 15 minutes before we kick off and they still have time to come and join in. Shall we talk about what happened last week? Because it was incredibly exciting, and it really was a close one. And it did come down to the final question. Despite what the score suggests, Matt and Nikki had a good quiz and a good final question, ended up sort of running away with it, but it did come down right to the last 1 or 2 questions. So well done to Matt and Nikki, who collected their prize from the Georgian Dragon. Evil Floof took third. Just a Mum, who had that back-to-back wins just before, a really big win and then a win by just 1 point. She had to make do with third place, but still not bad considering we had 230 odd players or so, and you can see the rest of the top 10 there. Some names I'm starting to recognise. The Nameless Horror there, Stationary Wilburys, Sally Salsa, the Horrors. I get different numbered horrors in there. There's always a Les Quizarab. It's nice to see that we've got one in our top 10 there as well. So well done to you. And we do have a few images from the previous week as well. So there is Matt and Nikki. That's the nicest picture I could find of Matt. He is a friend of mine. He grows a beard because basically he's incredibly ugly, so he has to try and cover up as much of his face as possible, clearly punching way above his weight because Nikki is an adorable girl. Look at that. We don't know how he did it, but he did. Well done, Matt. They are playing tonight, so I'm reserving the right to take them, Nikki. Now, here's the lovely story. The picture in the middle is the Prosecco that was won. It's kind of a boring picture unless you know the background to it, because Matt and Nikki are not in Tonbridge. They're outside Tonbridge, even though they have connections to the town, and they decided to send the Prosecco down to Sustain for the volunteers, which was rather lovely. And Gemma posted that picture to say it had been delivered by the landlord of the Georgian Dragon, and they will enjoy it with some of the volunteers when they have a bit of downtime. So that was rather lovely. And then on the right, thanks to Waitrose, we gave away a prize last week, which was the really nice tea set. The teas and the biscuits and the mugs. And young Emma was the rather lucky recipient who went along, saw Angie, who's becoming a bit of a legend at this quiz. Angie at Waitrose. Do go into customer service and say hello to Angie at Waitrose. Yeah, there's Emma with her prize, looking perfectly happy and probably, quite possibly, having a nice cup of tea this evening. So, you know, if you win a prize tonight, make sure you take a picture. It does, you know, it's nice for us to see the pictures and just to sort of be in touch with what's going on out there. So 116 players or so still signing in. It's going to go up. It's going to get much, much higher. Shall we talk about how the quiz works? Because we have got some brand new people joining us tonight. So let's have a look at the point scoring. So the point scoring, it couldn't be any simpler. Just over here, you can see it just over here. So multiple choice, 50 questions back to back. It's very fast paced. We don't really give you much of a break. You just have to keep going, keep tapping and hope for the best. So multiple choice questions, 50 of them. You only get 15 seconds to answer each question, and then you have a 30-second gap in between each and every question. 5 points if you get it right, 0 points if you get one wrong. And we do have some questions which we sort of look at them as bonus questions, in that they will be one question, but they will have multiple correct answers in the 5 options that you have, and you need to select the 3 correct ones. And if you get them all right, you get 5 points for each and every one. So a maximum of 15 points, but you have to be very careful, because if you get one wrong, the other ones that you got right drop down to 1 point. So, for example, if there are 3 correct answers in the question and you get 2 of them right, you would only score 2 points, 1 for each of them, because you got the third one wrong. But if you'd got the third one right, you would have got 15, 5, 5 and 5. We also offer a speed bonus, 3, 2, 1 on every single question. And as you've seen, we've had some very close quizzes, and that 3, 2, 1 can really, really pay off. So with 50 questions, 3 points being the highest bonus, that's 150 points if by some miracle you manage to get every single one. But it's a lot of points, and it can help you win. So 3, 2, 1, 3 if you're fastest, 2 if you're second fastest, 1 if you are the third fastest player. And there are some questions that we call first letter questions. They're still a straightforward multiple choice question, but instead of giving you 4 actual full answers, we only give you 1 possible letter as options, and those letters, one of them will be the letter of the correct answer, the letter that it begins with. Okay, so yeah, pretty damn straightforward and pretty darn easy. All you got to do is just keep playing along and keep tapping away and hope for the best, and you'll be just fine. All right, so if you've got friends that are desperate to join in, I can see that we've got people trying to get onto the Facebook page, which is locked, and they have to have access and what have you. I'm not going to go over there, but if you could just direct them to this screen, if you're talking to friends, they can see the code, they can see my quiz. It's as simple as that. Just get them online. Good evening to Kevsy, Nosy Noisy, who's been one of our regular players since we started. It's so lovely to recognise all these names, and I'm going to come back to Tonbridge and walk through the town, I'm sure, and not know any of you, apart from my Auntie Celia and my brothers and sisters, of course. But it is nice that we're getting lots and lots of regular players coming back. So let's have a look. We've got about 5 minutes until we kick off. Please don't worry, though, if the counter reaches 0, because we won't start this quiz until I decide. Okay, so we've got plenty of time because so many people are still logging in. We just ticked over 140. We're going to push on, hopefully, through 150 and towards 200. We will see. Let's have a look at the prizes, because once again, we have got prizes to give away. Even though this is a free quiz, you will benefit tonight if you are one of our lucky winners. And we start off right from the start of our quiz. We had the Georgian Dragon getting involved, the legend that is Garth down at the Georgian Dragon. The landlord there. It's quite simple. If you come out on top tonight, as you saw with Matt and Nikki, who donated their Prosecco, you will get a bottle of Prosecco delivered to your home. If you want to, the pubs are still shut, apart from, I don't know whether the beer gardens are open for you. I don't think they are. In where I am, they've started to open, but I don't think they have opened for you. So you probably still want to get your favourite beers and what have you as a takeaway, and you can go to the George and order between 4:30 and 6:30 with deliveries taking place after 6:30 as well. You can also phone before 6. There's Garth's number, there's Garth's email. Do support your local boozer, because we want to keep local businesses working. That is the idea. We move on to our first bonus prize, a card that we've given away before, the TN card, we're going to give this to 25th place tonight. If you want to buy a TN card, it's very simple. An annual membership costs you £20. £2 of that goes directly to West Kent Mines. You're going to be donating to charity straight away. And the great thing about this card is that in Tonbridge and Tunbridge Wells, you'll get exclusive rewards at over 100 independent shops, restaurants, pubs, etc. Now, the great thing about that is that you will get your money back very, very quickly, and you will have supported a charity, which is rather wonderful, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll get you a TN card tonight. if you finish in 25th place. And thank you to Jess for organising that for us. Jess has been a great supporter, helping us to make connection with a couple of other companies that have also donated recently as well. We move on to our 50th place, and it's a regular one that a lot of you know about if you've been doing this quiz for a few weeks. Sports GB Massage will give a full hour's massage to you if you finish in 50th place. And having heard from Graham, who is at Sports GB Massage, it looks like they're going to be able to start operating very, very soon. So we have got some prize winners looking forward that booked in for their massage, and you could be one of them tonight. He works in Bibra. He can visit you if local. Now, the great thing here is that if you, like last week's winner, happen to be a runner, then a sports massage will be perfect for you. But if you just want to go for a nice holistic style massage, you can do that as well. So it covers all bases, and one of you will win tonight. If you are looking for a masseur for whatever reason, please look them up. Sportsmassage.gb on Facebook. You can see what's up and the email there as well. Thank you to Graham for your support. And then we have another bonus prize, and this is our guest sponsor tonight, Waghorn and Company, your independent estate agent for all your buying, letting and selling needs. Now, it is a family-run company based in the heart of Tonbridge, so if you are looking for an apartment or a flat or a house, whether you're looking to sell, whether you're looking to move, whether you're looking to rent, whatever, please consider looking them up and supporting a nice little family-run company right in the heart of your town. They are an independent estate agent, which is the best one to go for. You don't want these big, massive chains. And by all means, go along and see them. Abby was kind enough to get in touch and organise this for us. So if you are going in there, do say hello to her. You can look them up at waghornandcompany.co.uk. And now, we're not going to give away any independent estate agent advice tonight, but I'll look at that in a second. Xanadu, you're probably absolutely right. Yeah, I'll deal with that in a minute. Anyway, Waghorn and Company, my mistake. Xanadu will sort it. But yeah, a case of Peroni or a bottle of pink gin delivered to your home tonight by Waghorn and Company. So thank you so much, Abby, for doing that. That's really awesome of you. And as I say, if you have any needs, please go and see them. So somebody's just pointed out that we have got the wrong email address at the bottom. Apologies for that. It's myquiz.org. In fact, I tell you what, because you've pointed it out, why didn't I just change it right away? Look, we're on the hoof. This might be the first mistake we've ever had at a Tonbridge quiz. How's that? Is that better? Do you like it now? That's better. Right, who else have we got over here? Xanadu, thank you for pointing it out. My quiz is quite easy to find if you just Google them, but, we're on. Slinky Stevens is playing tonight. Welsh Gwen is back. You've been instructed by Celia to play, but you've been a regular with us, Gwen. You've also done the Eurovision quiz with us as well. Alex, thank you for working it out. My sincere apologies for doing that. I obviously just tapped .com instead of .org, but don't worry. I will change it on any other screen as we play. So look, we're very close to getting started. Let's talk about some good that we can do. A lot of you have heard about this already many, many times, but I still feel it's important to talk about it because Sustain, as ever, needs our support, and Sustain is our chosen charity. We do this quiz off our own back, completely free of charge. We don't make anything from it. There's nothing in it for us other than just the nice warm feeling that we're managing to do some good and entertain you guys. So Sustain is your local food bank based at Tonbridge Baptist Church. They, before lockdown, were giving out around 30 emergency food parcels. They're giving out in excess of over 80 at the moment. A parcel costs between £50 and £25. £50 for a family, £25 for an individual. And their costs before lockdown were between £1,000 and £1,500. They need considerably more. If you do need to use the facility as well, feel free to look them up online. You can go along between 12 and 2. You do need to book food parcels because obviously they are inundated, but they can help you if necessary. So all that we're asking tonight, if you really, really enjoy yourself and you have a bit of fun for an hour and you are entertained, please consider going to justgiving.com/fundraising/sustain food bank to support them. That would be wonderful if you could do that, because we really want to try and help them out as much as possible. I'm aware this says myquiz.com at the bottom. It is myquiz.org if you're watching and unsure what's happening. All donations to Sustain are ring-fenced and restricted for the work of Sustain as well. All right, so hopefully we'll try and raise them a few pounds tonight. We're heading towards £3,000 actually for them, which is, you know, quite remarkable. And thank you so much to those of you that have sponsored and given some money to them. Some of you are doing it every single week, which is really nice. And to be honest, we're not asking you to give hundreds of pounds. We're just saying, look, if you were in a pub and doing a pub quiz, you would put £1 in the pot, or you would buy yourself a beer, or you would get a coffee in the morning at Starbucks. You're not doing that at the moment. So give that money to Sustain and let them turn it into something incredibly good. So only do it if you can afford it, and only do it later if you have a good time. Hopefully you will. Good evening, Mrs. Barnes. Happy birthday to Gary. Gary's birthday today, and what a way to spend it, quizzing along with us. Okay, so we've got in excess of 200 players, which is wonderful to see. We might well have a few other people that are struggling to get on because I managed to put .com below instead of .org. That's because we've got a whole new system, look, and I've had to do everything from scratch, and I just lost my way. Don't worry about it. So I think we're very close. Let me give you one more reminder. We will get into the quiz any second now, and it will be 50 back-to-back questions, 15 seconds to answer, multiple choice. You get 5 points if you're right, 0 if you're wrong. Just keep tapping away and guessing. We will go to our game screen and get you ready. Okay, so when we play, the feed will be over here, as you can see, and just below me, when we change in a second, the My Quiz page will change to show you the question, the possible answers, and it will show you your top 3. I will read out the top 5 as we play. Good evening, Alex, with the Fentons. Saying hello to the Fentons, sorry, from the Bowens. Okay, so we've still got a couple of people signing in, but you know what? We are way past our time of starting, so people will be able to start to join in, and they'll just have to miss the odd question or two. So what I will do for you guys, if you are ready, is head over to My Quiz, and we will kick you off. Here we go, everyone. Good luck. Let's quiz. Have good fun. Here we are, number 1. Which of these people is celebrating their 80th birthday today? Is it Sir Paul McCartney, Sir Tom Jones, Sir Cliff Richard, or Sir Elton John? So whose birthday is it today? Besides Gary Barnes. Sir Paul, Sir Tom, Sir Cliff, or Sir Elton? Who is it? There we go. It's as easy as that. It's Sir Tom Jones, 69.1% of you getting it right. I think Paul McCartney's birthday is in a month or two. I could be wrong. I think he's approaching 80 as well. Anyway, Nosy Noisy, we're speaking about you, and you've gone straight into the lead. 8 points. Monk's Dad 7, Litzer 6, Quisley Bears 5, David C has 5, and you are tied on 5. But Quisley Bears are ahead of you because they answered quicker. That's how we separate you if there is a tied score. Okay, whoever answered fastest. Here's your next question, number 2. How many deciduous teeth or milk teeth does a child have? 20, 24, 28, or 32? Okay, so generally speaking, how many should they have? Obviously, some children have maybe more or less for whatever reasons, but how many teeth should they have? Okay, your time is up. Just 29% of you getting this one right. 20 is the correct answer. A grown adult eventually has 32, unless you play rugby like me and smash them all out. Mine are fake, because I lost 4 of them playing rugby. Silly game, isn't it? Matt and Nikki, our reigning champs, go into the lead with 13 points. Jukebox Dave, 12. Ratty83, 11. Maduggy Dugs, 10. And KGBB, you have 10 points as well. So Maduggy Dugs ahead of KGBB, despite having the same score, because, as I say, they answered that previous question both correctly and quickly. Question number 3. What's the name of Andy Murray's tennis-playing brother? Jimmy, Johnny, Jack, or Jamie? Jimmy, Johnny, Jack, or Jamie? There he is with Andy. Play together at the Olympics in 2012. And over 90% of you getting this one right. Yeah, a couple of easy ones at the beginning here just to make you all happy. It is, of course, Jamie Murray, an accomplished doubles player. Not so good at the singles, but he concentrates on the doubles and he's very good at it. Matt and Nikki lead the way then with 18 points. Jukebox Dave, who's one of our regular players, 17 points. Ratty83 has 16. It's Moist Outside has 15. And John and M, you also have 15 points. So we have a nice close quiz. As you can see, Matt and Nikki leading because they've got a couple of bonuses so far. Question 4. Tonbridge is twinned with which German town? Lübeck, Husenstam, Wiesbaden, Heidelberg. Tonbridge is twinned with which German town? That is a picture of the German town that you can see on your screens. Should be an easy one if you're a resident of Tonbridge. Maybe not. Husenstam is the correct answer. The majority of you gone for Wiesbaden. Wiesbaden is twinned with Tunbridge Wells, people. We're also twinned in Tunbridge with Le Puy and Valley in France. But yeah, Husenstam is your twinned German town. So Great question there. Look at this. It's tied everything up. We've got Harry the Numbnuts, Bazjan, It's Moist Outside, and Steady Eddie all tied on 20 points in our top 5. Super, super close. Matt and Nikki dropping back. Here's your next question, number 5. In which century were roller skates or inline skates first invented? 17th, 18th, 19th, or 20th? So how old do you think inline skates might be? 17th, 18th, 19th, or 20th century? Tricky question. Yeah, look, a real spread across all the answers here. Believe it or not, it was in the 18th century, all the way back in 1760 by the Belgian inventor John Joseph Merlin. He invented it just to show off at a dinner party, and they took off. They literally took off. Literally took off. Anyway, good question there for Bazjan, 25 points. Harry, 25 points. Just Your Mum, 69, 25 points. Team Quarantina, you've got 25, and Steady Eddie, 25 as well. Super close. That's how we like it. Here's your next question, number 6. With which country would you associate the Paris Peace Accord, which was signed in 1973? Vietnam, Germany, South Africa, or Cambodia? So, the Paris Peace Accord was about which country? Vietnam, Germany, South Africa, or Cambodia? Time is up. The correct answer here is Vietnam. Most of you working it out, I'm sure, from the year. 55.8% getting it. Harry, Just Your Mum, 69. You're both tied on 30. Matt and Nikki, 25. It's Moist Outside, 25. Duncan and Disorderly, 25. Yes, the Paris Peace Accord essentially ended or brought peace to Vietnam, although the war really didn't end until 75. There was still a lot of fighting going on. But the Paris Peace Accord did essentially bring peace to Vietnam. Okay, here comes your next question. This is number 7. In 1927, who became the first person to be heard speaking in a Hollywood film? Was it Charlie Chaplin, Rudolph Valentino, Buster Keaton, Al Jolson? I've just noticed it says Charlie Champlin, but that's not who we mean. We mean Charlie Chaplin. Was it him, Rudolph Valentino, Buster Keaton, or Al Jolson? That's 2 little mistakes tonight. Aren't you spoiled? 28.7% getting this one right. It was The Jazz Singer, the movie The Jazz Singer. The very first one. It was amazing because they actually opened it and there was still subtitles. And then Al Jolson comes on, and before he starts singing, he goes, wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet, and then breaks into song, and people went absolutely mad for it because they'd never heard anybody speak on film before. Quite an amazing moment. Nosy Noisy, Harry, Matt and Nikki, Grimble, and Just Your Mum, 69. You're all in the top 5 at the moment. Here's your next question. Football, which team are currently bottom of the Premier League? Southampton, Norwich, Aston Villa, or West Ham? So football returning, so I thought I'd drop a football question in next weekend, right? Next Friday, I think it is. Or Friday coming, there will be the first match. So who's bottom at the moment? They've been bottom longer than any other club in history, possibly because of the lockdown. 65.6% of you knowing it is indeed Norwich. Norwich are bottom of the Premier League. Apologies to any Norwich fans if there happen to be some playing. Sally Salsa leading the way now, 36 points, but tied with Nosy Noisy. You are faster than him, no, 36. The Numbnuts, 35. Matt and Nikki, 35. Just Your Mum, 69, 35. I had to drop Southampton in, Alex, because Matt, as in Matt and Nikki, is a Southampton fan. And they're only 6 off the bottom anyway, or so. Number 9, which of the following would use a tester van? A baker, architect, sommelier, or a tennis player? Baker, architect, sommelier, or tennis player. Who uses a tester van? Time is up, and your correct answer here would be C, a sommelier. 68.2% of you getting it right. It's if you've ever seen a sommelier, it's that funny little shallow dish which they used to taste from, but they wear them sort of just to look good now, tradition and what have you. And taste van essentially is taste wine, but I don't think it's connected in any way. It's just a coincidence. I could be wrong. So, 68.2 getting it. Sally Salsa, 42. Nosy Noisy, 41. Matt and Nikki, 40. The Numbnuts, 40. Jukebox Dave, 39. Here comes another question. What was the name of the chess-playing computer that defeated world champion Garry Kasparov in 1997? Deep Impact, Deep Purple, Deep Fake, Deep Blue. Deep Impact, Deep Purple, Deep Fake, or Deep Blue? Time is up. And lots of you getting this one. 67.1% of you saying Deep Blue and getting it right. Nosy Noisy, 47. Sally Salsa, 47. Jukebox Dave, 46. The Numbnuts, 45. Matt and Nikki, 45. Dan, I have no idea why it would do that. I've never heard of it before. Are you just making excuses for doing particularly bad this week? Yeah, I had you down to win this evening as well. Just log back in, mate, and carry on. I have no idea why it would do that. Never heard of it. All right, next question coming up. Look at the picture. What type of aeroplane is it? Is it a 737, 747, 777 or 787? Dan, you've got to stop trying to play on your old Nokia. Better than Snake, right? All right, so what type of aeroplane is that? 737 is the correct answer. 47.6% of you getting it right. A 747 is considerably bigger, much, much bigger. So 737 is the right answer, and the majority of you getting it. Matt and Nikki have fought back and gone back into the lead. 53 points. Sally Salsa, 52. Nosy Noisy, 47. Jukebox Dave, 46. And the Numbnuts, 45. We haven't seen Just a Mum yet, which is quite interesting. I don't know whether she's playing, but normally she's in the top 5 by now. One of our best players. Giving other people a chance by the looks of things. Here's your next question. 12. At which Summer Olympic Games did 28 African countries refuse to participate? Montreal 76, LA 84, Atlanta 96 or Beijing 2008? Oh, Dan, how do you get banned from Facebook? No, don't tell me, please. Montreal 1976 is the correct answer. 26.7% of you getting that one right. Actually, there were 29 countries in total that boycotted, and it all came down to a boycott because of New Zealand, who the year before had toured, the rugby team had toured in South Africa, and with apartheid and what have you, people were unhappy, so they boycotted the Olympics. Matt and Nikki, 58. Sally Salsa, 57. Nosy Noisy, 52. Jukebox Dave, 51. And Grimble has 50. Just 8 points separating first place and fifth place. Here's your next one, number 13. Multiple answers. Which 3 of the following rainbow colours are named after plants or fruits? Orange, green, violet, indigo or red? Click on 3 answers to get maximum points. 3 of them are named after plants or fruits. Orange, green, violet or indigo. Or yeah, you've got this. Look, far too clever. Orange is correct. Violet is correct. Indigo is correct. Orange is a fruit, in case you didn't know. Violet is a flower. Indigo is a type of bean. It's a plant in the bean family. So big points available there, and that's really split people up a little bit. But Matt and Nikki still lead the way, 73. Sally South 1 point behind on 72. Nosy Noisy 67. Jukebox Dave 66. Monk's Dad into the top 5 with 63. Next question, 14. Which album title do Prince, Metallica, Jay-Z and Spinal Tap all have in common? The White Album, the Gold Album, the Black Album, the Purple Album? The White Album, the Gold Album, the Black Album. Yeah, green did not get... The colour green was not called green because of a plant or a flower, Gary, just to be clear. The Black Album is the correct answer here. Now, I'd have got that one from the Spinal Tap movie, possibly the Metallica album, one of their best sellers. 31.4% getting it. Matt and Nikki still leading the way. Reigning champions trying to hold on. Sally Salsa still in second place. Jukebox Dave, I would imagine he should have got that one right. 74. Nosy Noisy 74. The Nameless Horror into the top 5. 68. Here's your next question, number 15. Methane is a compound of hydrogen and which other elements? Nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur or carbon? That is the best representation of methane that I could find in the picture. So methane is a compound of hydrogen and which other element? Correct answer is carbon. 32.5% of you, just about the majority, getting it right. Great question for Matt and Nikki, who now have a bit of a gap at the top. 83 points for them. Sally Salsa still holds on in second place, but she got it wrong. 77 points. Monk's Dad moves up to third, 76. Nosy Noisy, 74. Tied with Jukebox Dave, 74. So even though Matt and Nikki have a little bit of a lead, it's only 9 points from first down to fifth, so that can change very, very quickly. 15 questions down out of 50. Here's your next, number 16. Which of these is not one of the 11 current pot noodle flavours? Full English breakfast, jerk chicken, Thai green curry, barbecue pulled pork. One of them is not available as a pot noodle flavour. 3 of them are. And your time is up. Full English breakfast is the correct answer. Look at you pot noodle experts. Lockdown food right there, isn't it? 80.6% and getting it right. You can indeed get jerk chicken, Thai green curry and barbecue pulled pork. And I think we're all thinking the same thing. Please make a full English breakfast pot noodle. That would be amazing. Matt and Nikki then, you're being caught up slightly because Sally Salsa picks up a bonus. 88 to 82. Jukebox Dave 79. Monk's Dad 76. Everything is awesome comes into the top 5. 75. Here's your next question. Which of these has the largest brain of any mammal? Blue whale, sperm whale, killer whale, or the beluga whale? That's why there's always a candle in a decent toilet, Dan. Always light a candle. It's absolutely true, Steve. That's why people have candles in toilets, to get rid of the dirty smell. Sperm whale is the correct answer here. 90% of you getting it right. The adult sperm whale's brain weighs an average of 18 pounds. You can grow up to nearly 500 cubic inches. By comparison, ours is 80 cubic inches. So it is big. Matt and Nikki getting it right. Well, you're stretching. 11 points now. From Nosy Noisy, Sally Salsa, the Cheekies in 4th, Jukebox Dave in 5th. Here comes question 18 out of 50. In the film Dirty Dancing, what is Baby's real name? Frankie, Felicity, Faye or Francis? This is probably a popular lockdown film. I can imagine lots of you have watched this in the last couple of months. Frankie, Felicity, Faye or Francis, Baby's real name? Time is up. Let's see what you've gone for. Majority getting it, 71.7%, knowing it is indeed Francis. Matt and Nikki got it with a speed bonus. They are going to be tough to beat tonight. Let's see if anybody can catch them. Nosy Noisy and Sally Salsa, they're having their little tussle there as well. 87 points, you are tied. The Cheekies are only 2 points from them on 85. Monk's Dad makes up our top 5 with 81. Yeah, potpourri kind of does the job, but lighting a match or a candle will do a better job, Steve. You learn something every time here. True or false? The Channel Tunnel is the longest rail tunnel in the world. Is that true or false? The Channel Tunnel is the longest rail tunnel in the world. True or false? We'll just say, Steve, please don't try and light your potpourri. All right, we take no responsibility. It's false, I'm afraid, and lots of you getting this one right. 81.2%. The twin bore Gofford base tunnel under the Swiss Alps, which opened just a few years ago, that is significantly longer, 57 kilometres long. Matt and Nikki become the first team to break 100 points tonight. You move on to 104 with a 12-point lead over Sally Salsa, who's clear in second place now with 92. The Cheekies up to third with 90. Nosy Noisy 87, dropping back a little bit, and Monk's Dad just 1 point behind on 86. Here comes number 20 out of 50. In what century was the spelling of Tonbridge changed to Tonbridge so as not to confuse between Tonbridge and Tunbridge Wells? 17th, 18th, 19th or 20th century. So Tonbridge with a U changing to Tonbridge with an O. In which century did that happen? It's another local question. Correct answer is the 19th century, and most of you getting it, 40.6%. It happened in 1870. It was changed by the GPO to avoid confusion with letters and what have you. Despite Tonbridge being obviously the much older settlement by a considerable margin, it was us that changed. But anyway, what are you going to do? Matt and Nikki get it wrong, and Sally Salsa gets it right. So she breaks 100 points and catches up. The Cheekies on to 95. Nosy Noisy 92. Monk's Dad 91. We will have some more local questions. Watch out for them. Here's number 21. When referring to a type of beer, what does the I stand for in the abbreviation IPA? Ireland, India, Italy, or Iraq? Ireland, India, Italy, or Iraq? Time is up. And the correct answer is India, as in India Pale Ale. And I'm sure most of you knew that. In fact, clearly you did. Nearly 4/5 of you getting it right. Matt and Nikki back to getting them right. They get it. 109, still just 4 points ahead of Sally Salsa. Nosy Noisy, the Cheekies, you've both reached 100 points, tied on 100. Monk's Dad still hanging around as well on 97. So actually, with 21 questions down, this is really, really close. What have we got? Just 11 points? 11 points separating you all. Very, very close. First letter question. What title is given to someone that has won a Nobel Prize, Gandhi Peace Award, or the Student Peace Prize? Your answer will begin with R, L, T, or W. So it's your first letter question. R, L, T, or W. Time is up. Al is the correct answer, and exactly half of you tonight getting it right. That's quite difficult to do. 50% getting it right, knowing it's a laureate, a Nobel Prize laureate. Or a Nobel laureate, and that's also awarded to a Gandhi Peace Award winner or a Student Peace Prize winner. Matt and Nikki, look at that. You get one wrong and then you start getting everything right again. You've now got a 7-point lead over Sally Salsa. Cheekies 105, Monk's Dad 104, Nosy Noisy with 100 points in 5th place. Question number 23. What's the collective noun for a group of giraffes? Skyscraper, crane, tower, or forest? That is a picture of some giraffes, in case anybody doesn't know what a giraffe is. But what would you call them? They are a what of giraffes? Time is up. Let's see how you've answered. Tricky question, but again, the majority of you getting it right. You are good quizzers. It's a tower of giraffes, 48.1% getting it right. To be honest, it could have been any of them, couldn't it? A forest, a crane, or a skyscraper. They all sound kind of correct. Still, Matt and Nikki out in front. Sally Salsa second. Horror number 3 comes into the top 5, beating horror number 4 tonight. Well done to you. 105. You're tied with the Cheekies. Jukebox Dave still hanging around. 104. That's our top 5 as it stands. Next question. Which of the following is not known as a conga? A Cuban drum, a type of cake in Peru, a novelty dance, or a card game in Uruguay? One of them is not a conga. But which one? Okay, time is up. Now, a Cuban drum and the dance. The dance is based on the Cuban drum, so those two are definitely right. There is a card game, a very popular card game in Uruguay, which is called conga as well. But there's no cake in Peru. We just made that up. No cake in Peru that we could find that is called conga. Nearly half of you getting that one right. And just look how close it's got with that one question. It's a bit of a two-horse race, though. Matt and Nikki 122, Sally Salsa 120, and then it's back 11 points to Monkstab 109, Jukebox Dave 109, Nosy Noisy 105. Next question. Since 2010, how many Best Picture winners at the Oscars have had one-word titles? So what, out of the last 10? Or 11, because it would be 2010 to 2020. 1, 2, 3 or 4. How many of them had one-word titles? That's a tricky question. Take a guess, though. 4 is the correct answer. Can you believe this? Only 9.5% of you getting this one right. You've got Argo, Spotlight, Moonlight, and this year's winner, Parasite, which is a tremendous film, even as long as you don't mind subtitles. And our top 2 got it wrong, but nobody really took advantage here. In fact, our top 5 all got it wrong. So it's As You Were, Matt and Nikki, Sally Salsa, Monk's Dad, Jukebox Dave, and Everything is Awesome. Most of you going for 3. Maybe you forgot about Parasite. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was just a tough question. We are halfway. Here's number 26. How old do you have to be to stand for US president? 18, 21, 30 or 35? So what's the minimum age for you to be able to stand to become the US president? All right, your time is up. Let's see what you've gone for here. Again, this was a tricky one for you guys. You really spread across the 4 answers. The correct answer is 35. You need to be a natural-born US citizen of the US. You need to be at least 35 years old, and you have to have been in the US for at least 14 years, so you can't have been living overseas. And 35 is the correct answer. Just about a quarter of you getting it. But our top 2 did. Matt and Nikki 127, Sally Salsa 125, then it's Jukebox Dave, Everything is Awesome, and Nosy Noisy. Current top 5. Number 27. Which of these is not one of Prince William's middle names? Arthur, Charles, Philip, or Louis? Arthur, Charles, Philip, or Louis? Arthur, Charles, Philip, or Louis. 3 of them are part of his name. 1 of them is not. It's a tricky one, and we've caught some of you out here. Just 28.6% of you getting it right. Louis is actually one of his names. Charles is the right answer here. Matt and Nikki 132, Sally Salsa 125, Monk's Dad 117, Horror number 3 115, Jukebox Dave 114. So we have got a relatively close one. Matt and Nikki defending champions. We've got well over 200 players. Is one of you going to be able to take them down? We will see. Here comes next question, number 28. Oh, it's a multiple answer. Select the 3 things that were named after the person or persons that invented them. Your options are diesel engine, jacuzzi, limousine, badminton, and the Ferris wheel. 3 of them are named after their inventors. 2 of them are not. Select 3. Time is up. All right, the correct answers here. And it's a tricky one. Diesel engine, jacuzzi, and Ferris wheel. They are all named after their actual inventors. We said persons because the jacuzzi was named after a family of brothers that invented it together. Badminton and limousine are both named after places. So, wow, look at this. Matt and Nikki, tremendous question for you. Getting the whole lot there. 147 and suddenly a 15-point lead from Monk's Dad, the Nameless Horror, Sally Salsa, and the Cheekies all chasing you down. But you are well ahead now. Big lead, number 29. Which of these live-action remakes of Disney films was released last? Lady and the Tramp, Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo, or The Lion King? Another tricky question, but you can take a guess, obviously. 25% chance of getting it just by guessing. Time is up. And the correct answer is Lady and the Tramp, and the majority of you getting it. It was released in November 2019. I think The Lion King was like 2 years ago now. 31.1% of you then getting it right. Matt and Nikki get it right. The Nameless Horror into second place with 133. Monk's Dad 132. Sally Salsa 127. And the Cheekies 125. So we have got a 19-point lead for Matt and Nikki. That's quite a lead, but we've still got 21 questions to go. That's hundreds of points. So keep going. Let's see if anyone can catch them. Look at the picture and please name the year. Is that 2012, 2013, 2014 or 2015? I'm sure lots of you recognise it. Unlucky Welsh Gwen. Still chance to catch up, don't worry. What year was it? Oh, it's a tricky one. Look at the spread of answers here. But how could you forget the Christmas of 2013 when we were underwater? It was the last great flood of Tonbridge despite the flood barrier. Just 28.2% of you getting that one right. Matt and Nikki, good question for you. You're still out in the lead. 157. Nameless Horror 138. Monk's Dad 132. Sally Salsa 132. And the Cheekies 130. Yeah, that was the big flood. Remember when the water was right up into Sainsbury's and Beals? What was the first university that Stephen Hawking attended? Was it Oxford, Harvard, Cambridge or Yale? Oxford, Harvard, Cambridge or Yale, the first university that Stephen Hawking attended. Okay, time is up. Let's see what you've gone for. Oxford is the correct answer here. Now, this is tricky because he famously went to Cambridge, but he actually, for 3 years, went to Oxford first before switching over to Cambridge. So his first university was Oxford. 30% of you getting it. That's really close things up, but not necessarily on our leaders. Matt and Nikki, they got it wrong, but they're still leading 157. The Nameless Horror 138, just 1 point back to Monk's Dad 137. Sally Salsa and Chandler coming into the top 5 for the first time. You're both tied on 132. Question number 32. What was the title of the first album released by Ed Sheeran? Equals, divide, plus, minus. You can see the 4 signs on your screens. One of them was the name of his first album. And your time is up. The correct answer here is the plus sign. 49.5% of you getting it. 49.5% of you clearly have no musical taste whatsoever. Not an Ed Sheeran fan. Matt and Nikki get it right. 162. The Nameless Horror 143. Monk's Dad just 1 point behind him on 142. Sally Salsa 137. Chandler 137. So come on, guys. You need Matt and Nikki to start getting some wrong, and you guys need to start getting some right. Can they be caught? It can happen. Next question, 33. How many letter tiles does each player receive at the start of a game of Scrabble? 6, 7, 8, or 9? 6, 7, 8, or 9? Do you play Scrabble? I do. I love it. I love Scrabble. Play online quite a bit. It passes the time. 6, 7, 8 or 9. How many tiles do you get? You clearly do play Scrabble. 79.9% of you getting it. Matt and Nikki do not play Scrabble. They're too busy doing quizzes by the looks of things. They get it wrong. The Nameless Horror gets it right and closes the gap to 14 points. So, you see, it can happen. Monk's Dad gets it as well. So he's just 13 points back, 147. Sally Salsa still hanging around 142. And so is Jukebox Dave. He's still there in 5th place on 141. He's only 21 points off the lead. It can change. There's still so many questions left. 17 more to go. Here's number 34. Where in the human body would you find the medulla oblongata? Oblongata. The medulla oblongata. Is it in your forearm, your brain, your inner ear, or your pelvis? Medical question. Anatomy, I suppose you could say. Anatomy question. Time's up. It's in your brain. Yeah, it's located in your brainstem in front of the cerebellum. But of course, you all knew that. Nearly half of you getting it. 48.8%. Matt and Nikki get another one wrong. That's 2 in a row that they've got wrong. And Monk's Dad and the Nameless Horror really have closed the gap. So it's 162. Then Monk's Dad 154. The Nameless Horror 153. Sally Salsa and Jukebox Dave are also putting in a bit of a charge here to try and catch Matt and Nikki. Sally Salsa 147. Jukebox Dave 1 point back on 146. Let's see if anybody else can get in that top 5. Here's number 35. Stop Making the Eyes at Me, I'll Stop Making the Eyes at You is the first line of a 2005 hit for which band? Arctic Monkeys, Kaiser Chiefs, Snow Patrol, or The Killers? It's a popular song. Do you remember? You're probably singing the song in your head, but what's the name of the band? Let's see how musical you are. Not bad. 58.8% recognising the Arctic Monkeys. It is the opening line to probably the only good song they ever did. I bet you look good on the dance floor. That might upset some people. I'm not an Arctic Monkeys fan either. Matt and Nikki back to getting one right, but the lead is still short. It's only 167 to 160, the Nameless Horror. Monk's Dad 154. Jukebox Dave moves up 151. Sally Salsa got that one wrong. She drops back a place to 147. 20 points covering our top 5. 15 questions to go. True or false question. The number 2,000,005 is a multiple of 3. Is that true or false? Can you divide that number 2,000,005 by 3 exactly? True or false? The number 2,000,005 is a multiple of 3. Oh, look, right down the middle here. Now, there's an easy way to work this one out because it looks tricky. The correct answer here is false. And the easiest way, something you could learn at school, the easiest way to work out if something is divisible by 3 is that you take the single digits and you add them together. If that's divisible by 3, then the number is. So you would add up 2, all the zeros, and 5, which gives you 7. If you try and divide that by 3, it doesn't work. So the answer was false. 54.8% getting it. Matt and Nikki got it. Then it's the Nameless Horror, Monk's Dad, Jukebox Dave, and Chandler making up your top 5. Here's number 37. How many calories are in one Ferrero Rocher? 24, 74, 124, or 164? One Ferrero Rocher. How many calories? 24, 74, 124, or 164? 74 is the correct answer. 46.4% of you getting it right. And for those of you that thought it was 164, basically you can eat 2. Okay, because that's roughly about the same as 164. Matt and Nikki get one wrong, 172. The Nameless Horror desperately trying to catch them onto 165. Monk's Dad still just 1 point back on 164. Jukebox Dave and Sally Salsa still in our top 5. That's the point, Dan. You do the math now. 1 times 10. How many calories? Next question. It's a swell picture. Have a look at it. Is that Nelson Mandela, Denzel Washington, Kofi Annan, or Morgan Freeman? Basically, Dan, one Ferrero Rocher is saying like you're going out for 1 pint. It's not possible. Nobody in the history of pints ever went for 1 pint. Nelson Mandela is the correct answer. 65.7% getting it right. And Matt and Nikki get it wrong. And look at how close this has suddenly got. We've still got 12 questions to go and it's a 2-point gap at the top. Matt and Nikki 172. The Nameless Horror 170. Monk's Dad still very much in touch. 164. Jukebox Dave is still in 4th. 161. And Chandler comes back into the top 5 on 159. So Matt and Nikki getting some wrong here and people are catching up. Here's your next question, 39. Gotland is which nation's largest island? Is it Sweden, Scotland, New Zealand, or Argentina? Gotland is which nation's largest island? Sweden, Scotland, New Zealand, or Argentina? Sweden is the correct answer. Geography, you're good at. Look at this, 73.8% knowing the correct answer. It still stays tight at the top. Matt and Nikki get one right, but so does the Nameless Horror and Monk's Dad. So it's Matt and Nikki 177, Nameless Horror 175. Just one speed bonus can make a big difference here. Monk's Dad 169, Jukebox Dave 166, and Chandler still sits in 5th place on 164. Still very much anybody's quiz to win here. We've still got 11 questions to go, tons of points. Here's number 40. Who's the famous godmother to Miley Cyrus, Madonna, Barbra Streisand, Dolly Parton, or Gloria Estefan? One of them is the godmother to Miley Cyrus. Get your answers in. Take a guess if you're not sure. Can't lose anything by guessing. It's Dolly Parton, and you knew this. Okay, 60.5% of you knowing that Dolly Parton is indeed her godmother. And just like that, we said that they were way too far ahead. But look, Matt and Nikki get one wrong. And the Nameless Horror goes into the lead, 180 points. Matt and Nikki 177. Monk's Dad is trying to catch up as well. Look, they're on 174. Chandler's on 171. And Sally Salsa comes back into the top 5 on 167. It's just 13 points now separating the 5 of you. Next question. The Brewers are a Major League Baseball team based in which city? Toronto, Kansas City, Milwaukee, or Detroit? So a tricky one. Do you know your baseball? Time's up. The correct answer here is Milwaukee, and you do indeed know baseball. Tonbridge is a very good baseball town, as we know, the Bobcats. The other teams were Toronto Blue Jays, Kansas City Royals, and the Detroit Tigers. So with nearly 61% of you getting it, has that changed things? Not really. The Nameless Horror is still in the lead with 185. Matt and Nikki still in second, 182. Monk's Dad, 179. Chandler, 176. And the Cheekies actually come into the top 5 for the first time, 172. They're making a bit of a push. Can they get the top spot? Here's number 42. True or false, a penny drop from the top of the Empire State Building could kill someone on the street below if it hit them. Is that true or false? If you got hit by a penny from the top, falling from the top of the Empire State Building, would it kill you? Could it kill you? It's an urban myth. It's not true at all. 73.3% of you thinking it's true. It's absolute nonsense. It just simply could not get any velocity at all in order to harm you whatsoever. And it was debunked quite heavily on the TV show Mythbusters. So with just 26.7% of you getting it, look at what that's done to the scores. The Nameless Horror leads the way on 190, but it's Monk's Dad in second place now. He's tied with Matt and Nikki, but he was faster answering. Chandler, 4th. Jukebox Dave, 5th. All changed. Matt and Nikki dropped to 3rd. Number 43. In what century was Genghis Khan born? 10th, 12th, 14th or 16th? Tenth, 12th, 14th or 16th century? Let's have a look and see what you've gone for. The correct answer here is the 12th century. Well done. 56.9% of you getting it. Nobody's entirely sure. They think it was around 1162, give or take a year or two. Oh my goodness, look, they're fighting back. How close is this? Matt and Nikki back into the lead, 195. The Nameless Horror, 195. But Matt and Nikki go into the lead because they got it quicker. Monk's Dad, just 1 point behind on 194. Chandler's still in with a shout, 188. Sally Salsa comes back into the top 5 on 177. What a quiz. Here's your next one, 44. Perro is the Spanish word for which animal? Dog, cow, tiger or bull? A perro. So if you're in Spain and someone said, look at that perro, what are you looking at? Are you looking at a dog, a cow, a tiger, or a bull? Half of you know your Spanish. It is indeed a dog. Perro is the masculine for dog. If it's a girl, it's perra. 50.2% getting it. And it's changed again. The Nameless Horror goes back into the lead. They break 200 points. But look, Matt and Nikki are tied with you on 200 points. Monk's Dad still 1 point behind on 199. Chandler 194. And Discount Fireworks comes into the top 5. Brilliant name. For the first time, you've got 178. Can you catch up? It's 22 points. 6 questions remaining. Here's number 45. Approximately how many bones do sharks have in total? 220, 120, 20 or 0? How many bones do sharks have in total, approximately? Your time is up. Now, I can tell you it's not approximately, it's exactly. They have exactly no bones whatsoever. Sharks are made up completely of cartilage, and 39.2% getting it right, and our top players all knew that one. It's the Nameless Horror that takes the lead. They are in the lead because they answered that one quicker. Matt and Nikki are in second place with 205. Monk's Dad just 1 point behind, 204. Chandler very much in with a shout here, 201. Discount Fireworks, could they catch up? I don't know. Here's your next question. 5 remain. Number 46. In a typical Sudoku puzzle with a 9x9 grid, what is the total sum of all the digits in the first row? 40, 45, 50 or 55? You have to think quick here, but again, take a guess. If you're not sure, just take a guess. Bonus points would really be helpful for the top 5 right now. 45 is the correct answer. All you got to do is add together the digits 1 through to 9, and that gives you 45. Matt and Nikki did pick up a bonus. Look at this. 210. Chandler comes into second place, 209. Monk's Dad, 209. Bad question for the Nameless Horror. Drops back, getting it wrong. Discount Fireworks getting it right and still staying in touch. It's 21 points. It might be too late for you. I don't know. But Chandler in second place now. It's exciting. 4 to go. Number 47. What name is shared by a Harry Potter character and a plant that by tradition has been included in every royal wedding bouquet since the time of Queen Victoria? Lily, Hermione, Myrtle or Gardenia? One of them, by tradition, is always in a royal bouquet. A royal wedding bouquet, should I say. But which one? Myrtle is the correct answer. 40.4% of you getting it right. It's entirely possible that lilies or whatever may have been included in all of them. I don't know. However, the only one that's in there by tradition is myrtle. 40.4% of you getting it right then. And what a question for Monk's Dad. A 4-point lead with that speed bonus. 214. Matt and Nikki 210. My Nameless Horror 210. Chandler 209. And Discount Fireworks still getting them right. 194. But I think you've left it too late. 3 questions to go. Number 48. What is measured using an odometer? Wind speed, fragrance, distance, or density? I think it's coming down to our top 4 players here for the win. But it is close. Time is up. Okay, an odometer. 44% of you getting it right. It's distance. An odometer in your car, quite simply, is the mileage that you can see. The one that you can see on the screen there is used to measure the distance of a mine. So we didn't want to put the mileage thing on there. It had been too obvious. So what's that done? Oh, my days. Well, you look at this. Matt and Nikki, 215. The Nameless Horror, 215. Monk's Dad, 214. Chandler, 214. Discount Fireworks, 194. This is insane. 1 point separate our top 4. Here's your penultimate question. Number 49. Where in the world can you find the town of Tonbridge spelt with a U? Tasmania, Australia, Alaska, USA, Quebec, Canada, or Free State, South Africa? I've got a feeling this one's going to catch you all out. Does anybody know about Tonbridge spelt with a U? Some of you do. Tasmania in Australia is the correct answer. 39.2% of you getting it right. It only has a population of around 190. It was actually named after Tunbridge Wells, but it is called Tonbridge. And the Nameless Horror have the advantage going into the final question with a 5-point gap to Matt and Nikki. Monk's Dad 214, Chandler 214, Discount Fireworks 199. And your final question has multiple answers. Top 4, it comes down to this. Good luck. Nameless Horror leads the way. Can anybody overtake them? Question 50. Select 3 DJs who presented the Radio 1 breakfast show for a minimum of 5 years each. Tony Blackburn, Chris Evans, Simon Mayo, Chris Moyle, Zoe Ball. 3 of them were presenters on the breakfast show for more than 5 years. 2 of them were not. Tricky question to win the quiz. Okay, Tony Blackburn is the correct answer. Chris Evans is wrong. Simon Mayo, Chris Miles. Look at this. He's done it. The Nameless Horror has won 223 points. Oh, my days. Matt and Nikki dropped down to 3rd, but you were tied with Monk's Dad, who comes in 2nd. The Nameless Horror, wow, what a way to catch up. Absolutely astonishing. Brilliant, brilliant work. We've got to find out who the Nameless Horror is. Tell us in the feed. Was it you? Let's have a look at you with the fireworks. There we go. Nameless Horror, congratulations. You are our winner. So, what a quiz. Coming down to the final question there. And the Nameless Horror leading the way from Monk's Dad in 2nd. Matt and Nikki in 3rd. Chandler ended up in 4th place. Discount Fireworks left it a bit late. If only you'd had a few more right, that would have been good. But you got 5th place, 201. The Cheekies got 6th. Daffer 7th. Nosy Noisy 8th. Horror number 1, 9. And John and M, you finished with 10 points. Okay, guys, there you go. The Nameless Horror, you are going to win that bottle of Prosecco delivered to you from the Georgian Dragon. But let's tell us in the feed over here, shall I say, have you won a spot prize? Shall we have a look? Let's remind you what our winner is going to get. So, thanks to the Georgian Dragon, the Nameless Horror, you will need to drop me a line, please. You can find me on the Tonbridge Facebook page. Tell us who you are so we can arrange your bottle of Prosecco coming out to you. 223 points has won you that. That will be delivered to you by Garth himself, the landlord of the Georgian Dragon. That will come out to you in the next few days, providing you give me your details so that we can get it to you. Did you come 25th? Nobody claiming it in the feed at the moment, but if you got 25th place tonight, you're going to get a TN card. A TN card that will give you discounts in Tonbridge and Tunbridge Wells. And once again, we thank Jess for arranging that for us. So 25th place. Let us know. Is that you? We can look this up on the report that we have, and we have got someone sending pictures already, so that's interesting. Maybe someone's already claiming it, but it's nice to see in the feed if people claim it. Let's have a look at 50th place here. Sports GB Massage, once again, thank you so much to Graham here for being one of our regular supporters and helping us out. 50th place, you will get the massage. courtesy of Sports GB Massage. And we urge you, if you do need to get massage for any reason, whether it's a treat or for an injury, do look them up. They are fantastic. And finally, our last spot prize of the evening was for 100th place. We say thank you to Waghorn and Company, the family run business, the independent estate agents in the middle of the town. Do pop in and see them. If you have any need for buying, letting or selling, go along and say hello. Go and say hello to Abby, who looked after us tonight. Abby would like to deliver you a case of Peroni or a bottle of pink gin to your home, providing you are in the Tonbridge area. If you're in London or something, I'm afraid you're going to have to nominate someone in Tonbridge that can receive the prize for you, if that's okay. All right, so let us know if that's you. That would be great. And once more, we go to the charity here. If you've had fun, and it seems with all the little messages that are popping up on my screen at the moment that people have had fun tonight, please consider going over to Sustain. Don't presume that everything's fine with them. They are getting more and more people coming to them who are literally penniless and starving with their kids and their families and what have you. And Sustain are bailing them out and making sure they're getting food in their tummies, food in their cupboards. So help them out. If you can afford to donate a few quid, please head over to justgiving.com/fundraising/Sustain Food Bank. We are making a tremendous difference. I know it sounds corny, and you hear this sort of thing all the time, but Jess at the Sustain, they're telling us all the time about just how important it is for us to keep getting these donations coming in, because we really are making a tremendous difference. Did I just say Jess? I meant Gemma, sorry, at Sustain. Anyway, please support them. Justgiving.com/fundraising/Sustain Food Bank. So we are getting some people that are starting to claim the prizes, but I will go and check on those messages in a minute, because I'm still here talking to you guys, which I'm very happy to do. Let's have a look and see if anybody's claiming it over here. It doesn't look like it. KGBB came 100th, so we'll have to find out who they are. They're going to get themselves a case of beer or the bottle of pink gin. They've just got to decide, and we will make sure that that comes out to you, courtesy of Abby at Waghorn. Anybody else coming in? I don't know. All right, so look, there's your quiz tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Do let us know if you like the new look. We did this because we've got lots of corporate events that we do online, so we had to make things look a little bit more professional, a little bit different. We've invested in it a little bit. So if you like things, tell your friends. We've got well over 200 players tonight. I will do an update on the Facebook page in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Someone claiming 50th? No. Yeah, I'll put an update on there with the top 10. And tomorrow I will put an update with the entire standings. Okay, so you can see exactly how well you did with everybody else. Thanks, Russ. Pleased that you could join in. That's possibly your first quiz, mate. I'm glad that you could come along and play. All right, so I will love you and leave you. Remember, if you've had fun tonight, please go and support Sustain. If you took a picture this evening, please send it to us, and we will put you on the stream next week, and you'll be able to be on the TV, which is all very well and good. Right, we'll love you and leave you. Thank you so much for joining us and playing. Stay safe wherever you are, and have a great week, and we will return next week on Sunday evening. All right, catch you later. Be good.